Well, after her last visit and her starting a revolution, she is back with a new beginning after said revolution. I got Swolken Lee reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. Snap. I know I am. And we are back with Tracy Chapman. Last time we did talking about a revolution. It's been stuck in my head ever since, to be honest. And now we're doing a track called New Beginnings, which is live, and it features her playing the Didgeridoo, I believe. I gotta see that. I love me some Didgeridoo. It's courtesy of our alpha patron, Cora. As always, Cora, you rock. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate you and your help. She helps get the list together, and it's a lifesaver, because that used to be one of my biggest time consumers, and it would literally, and I would miss stuff, and it was just... She's literally an angel, bro. It's crazy. All right, so don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Check out our Patreon and PayPal if you want to help support the channel. That is the way to do it. Let's go. Tracy Chapman, New Beginning. 3, 2, 1, go.
The whole world's broke, ain't worth fixing.
Whoa.
Time to start all over, make a new beginning.
That is sick, dude. Come on.
Cycle, we can break the chain, we can start all over in the new beginning.
Every time, bro. It's like, holy shit. Look at the design of that thing. I love the guitar.
Make a new beginning. It's too much fighting, too little understanding.
It's like a little bit of David Gilmour on the guitar.
Make a new beginning. Start all over. Start all over.
So sick, bro. Bust out my didgeridoo.
Start all over. Start all over. Start all over. Start all over. Need to make new symbols. Need to make new signs. Need to make a new language. With these we define the
Bass has been going in, bro.
Start all over. Start all over. Start all over. Start all over.
He has a beautiful smile.
Start all over. Start all over. Start all over. Start all over.
Man, that didgeridoo is sick. Seems like, and I'm only going off of like the 3 songs I've heard from her. She's a lot of her lyrics are about, starting a revolution, starting a new world, new beginnings, And I kind of agree with her in a lot of the aspects of our culture, at least in America. There's so much that I don't know. Maybe it started off with good intentions, and it probably did, or maybe it didn't. Who knows? Like, the world's a weird place. You never actually know. A lot of the stuff that we have in place, a lot of the systems, a lot of the checks and balances, and everything's just kind of gotten real corrupt. You know what I mean? Like, even down to, like, the smallest minutia of, like, local governance. Like, it's like this corruption everywhere. And I guess, that's just what power does to people. Power just makes them start tripping out. Sometimes they just want to extend their will over people just because they can. You know what I mean? And it forces people to want a new beginning or a revolution. And be it economic or even like more macro sort of things or even micro things. That's kind of what does it. Sometimes a whole forest fire can start from one spark. But you guys know my adage. Go ahead, tear it down, but you got to have something there to build it, like to have afterwards, because if you just tear it all down, then it's just anarchy. You know what I mean? You got to have something in place beforehand. It's sort of like quitting your job while you don't have another job lined up, which I always did, and my mom always told me, don't fucking do that, and I did it anyway. And, I don't know. That's just kind of what sticks out to me about her music is her lyrics and how similar they are in many aspects. And they kind of are talking about the same thing, There is a lot of pain in the world. There's a lot of suffering. And it's not fair. It's not fair in the slightest. You know what I mean? Bad people do bad things and they get rewarded. Good people do good things and they get thrown in jail. Or, even worse, they get killed. You know what I mean? Like, it's a very strange, complex, and hard to read kind of reality we live in, because one day you think you know something, the next day you're proved completely wrong. And it's just like, what the fuck, why did I even think that? You know what I mean? But like musically though, that was a very good song. I'd say the guitar was what kind of stuck out to me the most, other than the didgeridoo. Obviously I think the didgeridoo part, every time, that was a banger every time it came out. The rest of it seemed pretty good. It seemed like almost like a U2 or like U2 meets Pink Floyd sort of sound in a way. Very arena rockish, but it had a little bit of a sheen to it that was very, very nice. The bass is good. Drumming was excellent. But, I think, like I said, it's her lyrics that really stick out because she sings it, over and over, and it just sort of keeps, hitting the nail even harder every time it goes through. And it's so true that we kind of do need to start all over in a lot of aspects. But there's a lot of stuff that goes into that people don't understand, though. People don't get how good they got it until it's gone. You know what I mean? It's like, one day you're going to be watching YouTube videos, eating your Doritos or whatever, and just enjoying yourself. And the next day, you're not going to have electricity and the world's going to be ending. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, we don't understand the creature comforts that we've gotten addicted to. You know what I mean? And it would be a whole different world if shit actually hit the fan. You know what I mean? There'd be warlords in America. You know what I mean? There seriously would be. There'd be swaths of territory, like, the military controls, the other, whatever other side would be controlling another part of the areas, and then the rest of the would be just like complete anarchy. I read a book in college. I always forget the name of it, but it kind of tells the story of a future. It's about a girl living in LA, but everything is like, there's like walled off parts of everything. Like there's neighborhoods that are somewhat safe because of the walls. I think it has something to do with an ember. I forgot what the title of it was. Damn, it's gonna kill me now. But then like they live in like these like gated off neighborhoods in the city still, and sometimes they venture out to try and find and help people and stuff like that or something like that. But I feel like that's, I don't know, if we go for this revolution that there's a lot of people talking about it, there's gonna be so much pain involved that most people just have no idea what's going to come when that happens. And I think there's a lot of people waiting for it to happen, and they're going to jump on it the second that it starts. And just like any other kind of, people that chase crises and they try to make things even worse, or, they try to just get their worst human urges out during crises and stuff like that. I think it would just be taken to the nth degree, and it would just, I don't know, there's bad actors on the outside waiting to take over. You know what I mean? And, they're just waiting for the new Rome to crumble, and one day it will. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or 20 years from now or hopefully never, you know what I mean? But I have a feeling more than likely, if you read the tea leaves, there's something that's coming. There's something that is, I don't know if it might not work. It might work. Who knows? But hopefully the new beginning, if we ever do get it, will be a good one, and we can build better and try to, I don't know, understand each other better, understand the way people work, and how people rule over other people, because like I said, absolute power corrupts absolutely, no matter what. Like, so I always had this idea of like, random civilians, like, how they have like the jury duty, that'd be the president, that'd be the secretary of state. That'd be a terrible idea, but it would also be a good idea because it would make sure that there would be hopefully like little to no special interest groups being interested in things. And I think that's kind of what bogs down bureaucracy, is stuff like that, people getting lobbied and all this stuff, and the people, they fund their campaigns, and then you owe them after you fund their campaigns, and like it's just this endless transfer of wealth that goes back and forth between people, and it just runs the world, and other things, but I can't really talk about that on YouTube. So hopefully Tracy Chapman's revelations and revolutions will come about one day, but who knows. So thank you, Cora. That was great. I would say her vocals, her smile, and the didgeridoo is my favorite part. But the lyrics definitely get you thinking, because there's a lot of pain in the world, but I think that's just what humanity and humans do. Maybe one day they won't be. Hopefully we get the Star Trek future, but we have to go through World War III and the eugenics wars first before that happens. So hopefully that'll come through, and then we'll survive, and then we'll be floating around in starships. Wouldn't that be something? See you later.